have been down here for 300, 400 years.
I just heard people again this was spiking.
This is also spiking on this side. There's energy in the middle here.
Will you let us help the other people here?
Okay, I'm trying to get a name.
Name.
Hey.
Just said.
I'm not going to give you a name.
Brian and I had 2 electromagnetic field detectors in the same place, and both of them were going haywire for no reason whatsoever. We'd already taken a baseline reading of the place, and it was completely dead. And all of a sudden, as almost exactly during the moments where Sam would flinch or move, we would get a spike in the electromagnetic field, which humans don't do that. You know, we're not able to manipulate this field in any way.
Is there somebody else here?
The following program has been filmed for your entertainment. Viewers may find some scenes disturbing. It was built in the 1700s as a lookout tower overlooking Gibraltar's only natural bay. It was used again during the Second World War, and it's had many, many uses over the years. Tonight, on the Ghost Trail, we're at Parson's Lodge, hoping to hear the voices of the past.
The actual location is quite a center point for many, many other things that have happened around that area. But as far as Parson's Lodge is concerned, we must remember that in the Great Siege, for example, there were only 2 guns placed up there. There was no building or anything of the sort. And it was in later years that Parson's Lodge battery, as we see it today, was constructed. It's a Victorian battery, the best preserved Victorian battery in the world, I've been told, that is still intact as it used to be. Whereas sinister things around the area, we must remember that the place itself is built, or rather, it is what I would call, what we call in geology an intrusion of mudstone. And that mudstone is completely littered with bones, lots of bones. I still have to confirm whether the bones are human or animal. The fact is that there are thousands of them, from top to bottom.
That's where all the death is. That's just bodies, bodies, bones, bones, bodies, bones, bodies, bones. First place I was drawn, this is the good. When they said we had to go out to the right, this is where we need to be.
I found Samantha was very different in that investigation. I mean, Samantha, we know her to sort of be quite active when she's going through it, but she seems a bit more focused. She even directed us to a particular location should I say, where we didn't actually know existed, which was that little cave entrance. And she said, "Oh, I've got to go down that hill and to the right, and I don't know what it is, but I've got to go down that hill and to the right." And funnily enough, we actually found the entrance, which we went down and continued the investigation there.
I feel children's limbs. I don't know what you feel in there, but I just feel children as well. As where would that come from?
There haven't been that many people there who spent a long time, but there has been reports of inexplicable smells. There's been reports of tugging of clothes, possibly hair. Again, just a general sense that somebody's there or watching you.
but we caught some very interesting K2 hits when we went down into one of the lower caves. Again, Sam was experiencing some discomfort. She was channeling something down there, and she started saying she had a problem with a leg.
Yeah, it's getting a reading here as well.
And again. Just taking him up from his plexus.
That's going into red.
What is going red?
I need to help the people. You can stay here. I'm aware that you want to stay here. This is your place. I'm going to help you. The people that were here and have been down here for 300, 400 years.
I just heard people again as...
And the K2 meters, Lee had one, I had one, they both started going off at the same time, which, as a paranormal investigator, I've been doing this for about 20 years and I have never ever seen two K2 meters go off in sync, both at the same time. And Lee even actually went down and took a K2 meter nearer her leg, and again he got this weird pulsing of the K2 meter, as if it was sort of like what he mentioned before, like a pain, a pulse. It was just really, really strange.
Yeah.
He's trying to attack me. He's trying to attack me now. I know you are.
Temperature's definitely going down.
I can help you.
When I sort of knelt down and inspected her leg, which is what you said was in a lot of pain, the EMF detector started to spike a lot more, almost, you know, as if it was throbbing, you know, like a kind of pain, you know, sensation. So that was, for me, that made my hairs on my neck stand on edge.
It's going down.
Stopped. Me too.
Really dead.
It's crazy how both were going off for nothing, and then now they've just stopped. And they were going all the way to the 20 plus milligauss.
Which means what?
Which means that there should be zero in here, because there's no electricity here, and even the camera equipment won't set this off. They were being set off in the middle here.
We started getting some reactions from those K2 meters, from the electronic magnetic frequency readers, spiking all the time. And for me, that didn't mean anything. But Brian and Lee told me that that was particularly significant.
It kind of lends credibility to the fact that ghosts supposedly emit electromagnetic energy as they pass and they manifest and they do what they do, because we had these two devices at the same time that pick up electromagnetic fields, crisscrossing each other, and they were both going off at the exact same moments, almost at the exact same energy levels as well, slightly further apart. But it was all happening as Samantha was doing what she does. And then the moment it stopped, everything went quiet again. And if I turn it on, everything is dead.
I'm just the voice for spirit, really. When I first enter places, I'm aware of the uncomfortableness of how many souls don't realise they're dead, how many souls need to go up to the light, what souls are angrier than others, and what obviously soul spirit I can let into to channel. What's been amazing for me this time is seeing the machines at work, was being able to get accurate information. And just being drawn to this density, the fact that they was pointing out straight away, let us be free, we can't see, you know. And the injuries, obviously, of this main gentleman that was channeled, and the leg, he had no leg, he couldn't feel.
Do you have any concept of what time we're talking about here?
Souls here have been dead for 300, 400, 500 years, but there's certainly a link. I think as we arrived, there was a link with a lot of the other paranormal areas that we've worked in. Definitely just again, a lot of souls that have needed peace and light, and yeah.
So
as you described, being a light, so they might be attracted to the fact that you're here. You know, the whole
We're all
crew.
here, yeah, wanting to educate and raise awareness and help these spirit that are stuck. You know, they're stuck, they're earthbound, and that's what we're here to do. Yeah, be glad to get out of the cave because it's quite oppressive. Quite oppressive. Yeah, so if you can pick that up as well, it'd be amazing. Amazing.
We got something while you were talking, that's for sure. And you weren't setting that off, so something
No,
else
I wouldn't. No,
you couldn't.
No, I
It's
wouldn't. I couldn't. No, I mean, that's no.
That was genuinely.
They'd shout at me upstairs. These injections.